So after DMC, there's an annual adventure ride that takes place on what's called the Bradshaw Trail. I went on it last year, and it was really fun. It was beautiful and raining and kind of cold, but beautiful. I've never done anything quite like that before, so I was really excited to go out and do it this year. Well, it's very flat and it's very wide open. You know, I'd only done that one race, but I really wanted to go out and kind of train. I wanted to go out and really try to hone whatever skills that I learned from the DMC race out on the Bradshaw Trail, which was really funny because it's really just flat and wide open for as long as you can see, so it's perfect for my bike. And the speed is crazy. I mean, that bike, I have like a 45 tooth sprocket on it, so I mean I could go down a couple teeth in the back, but it will easily cruise over 80 miles an hour, and I'm confident that if I took a couple teeth off the rear, it'll go over 100. So as soon as we started on the trail, I took off because I knew more what I was capable of as a rider. I learned a lot in a short amount of time, maybe a couple weeks. I was interested in seeing how I did against other riders again. So I took off, and I went for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I kind of stopped to see how I was doing, and I looked behind me and there was nobody around. So I kind of let somebody go in front of me, and then I'd pass and go, and I scared myself because I was going along, long straight, and then there'd be a long curving corner, like a really nice cambered corner. And I'm going along, and I did it totally without thinking about it. I actually accelerated into the corner. Usually I would kind of roll off and put my weight out to the outside and, kind of timidly go around, but without even, conscious thought, I accelerated into the corner and kind of started a slide. I'd never accelerated into a slide like you would on a dirt track, and I actually scared myself, which actually was great because I had surprised myself as a rider, which means I'd learned a lot. Yeah, last year I was about, in the middle of the pack, and it was kind of a big debacle because there was a big flood and half of us had to turn around. And but this year, it was, there's no way in hell that I would have been able to do what I did this year last year. I've never in my life led a trail ride. I've always been at the back. A large part of that equation has to do with the fact that I was riding a GS, which means you have to be at the back. But even on the XR, I've never led a trail ride before, and I led it, and it was a really cool feeling to be able to be at the front of a ride instead of in the middle or the back. The last race I did was Checkers. That was only my second race, so had a lot of anticipation for Checkers. I'd actually started working out. I'd started, my arm workout regime because my main problem was my grip, my hands. I just could not hold on to the motorcycle. So I started my workout regime. I was ready to go. I was pumped. Second race. The problem was, and apparently this is a rare thing for desert racing, it was raining like crazy. So the Friday before the race, it was absolutely torrential rain, and the forecast for Saturday was torrential rain, and the forecast for Sunday was rain in the morning and sunny afternoon, which is perfect for race day. But the problem was I was bringing my wife and my roommate, who both wanted to come, just had a small tent, and we weren't gonna go drive out into the middle of the desert, set up everything in the rain, and hang out in the tent. So what we decided to do was drive out there early on Sunday morning, and of course that never works because you can't ever get everybody into the car and out the door by whenever you want. We were trying to leave by 5, trying to get out there before 8. So I had at least an hour or two to work on the bike and get things started. So we drive out there, and it's pouring rain. And then a buddy of mine let me borrow his GoPro helmet camera, so I was really excited. We get out there, and I instantly realize I don't have nearly as much time as I need to. The check-in line is really long because I'm guessing a lot of other people came out on Sunday too, and there's a lot of back and forth. And then I went to go work on the bike, and I went and actually bought more bolts and nuts, hardware and whatnot, because just on a very, superficial kind of once over of the bike, I noticed it lost a lot of hardware. I only had 2 bolts holding the skid plate on, only 1 bolt holding the gas tank on. So I went and I bought a bunch of hardware and slapped all that on there, and by the time I got the hardware on and then suited up, it was too late to practice the start. I didn't even know where the start was. I had a general idea of the vicinity of the start. So get suited up, get the bike warmed up a little bit, head over to the start, and I get there and the experts leave like 3 minutes later. So the bike's not warm, I'm not ready, I'm kind of flustered because we didn't get a chance to get the helmet camera set up. And you know, so we go up to the start line and I'm kind of butterflies. You know, my wife's there. This is the first time she's been out to Desert Ride. My roommate's there, who's a ridiculous race fan. I mean, this guy, my roommate, seriously wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go online to see what the 24-hour Le Mans, you know, who's winning, because they're posting updates. So he just loves racing, so he wanted to come out and get the whole experience. So they're all, you know, everybody's crowding around, and you know, the experts lead, big group. The next line leads, the next group, and then the next group leads, and every row is a little bit less people, and the starter row comes up, and it's all, you know, 8-year-old kids, and there's like 20 of us.